No, I like the true semi. I mean, we kind of got it sprung on us. We didn't know exactly what the hell we were shooting, and kind of once we figured it out, and now that we're able to practice with it and spend some time actually off the field practicing it, like at my house, like a huge dork. I've gotten a lot better at it, and just I think it's going to improve the game. I think it's going to make it faster. I think we're going to see more dynamic plays because it's going to be harder to shoot guys if they're moving fast and you don't have good lanes to shoot them.
I think it's something to get used to for sure. You don't really know how slow that it shoots until you start shooting it, because you have to actually get in a rhythm instead of shooting how you normally shoot with bursts and everything like that. You actually have to get in some kind of a rhythm to get to a certain BPS. Yeah. I don't think I ever hit 13.3 at all.
How do you think it'll change the game?
It's definitely going to open up moves, I think, because the guns are going to be slower. People are going to miss their shots a lot. I personally am not a big fan of it. Playing with it for the last month now, kind of struggling, and you see other people struggling and missing shots, but again, everybody's going to be on the same page, so I don't feel like it's putting us at a disadvantage because everybody will have to use the same firing mode.
I personally like it because I'm a front snake guy, so I'm always at a disadvantage. I'm not really shooting fast ever, so I think it's going to come down to a lot of gunfighting and technical skills, so I definitely like that part of it.
I personally think it's going to slow the game down, and I think those first two balls are going to be huge off, your first snaps, your breakouts, all those good things. I think first couple of balls are going to be huge.
Quite frankly, I think it's really stupid. It's one thing to go semi-automatic, which I'm all about, but I just can't believe that the league makes decisions without consulting, talking to the pro teams, getting their opinion on stuff, and then within a few weeks of coming up with their new setup, their new semi-rule, they're changing it again because these guys, they really just don't know what's going on. They're not asking their teams, hey, what do you guys want to be doing? What do you guys feel about this? Getting feedback. I mean, they could have done this back in October, given us modes to try. We could have gone back and forth and come up with a better way of doing it. And instead, they make their own decisions, they announce it, and then everybody's like, man, this is stupid. We'll speed it up a little bit. And again, it's like, why not have us try this stuff out before they make a final ruling? As far as the gameplay, I think it's going to speed things up. It's a lot harder to lane. It's a lot harder to hold zones off. And I mean, we'll see. I have a feeling it's going to be it's going to be a little bit more aggressive off the break. But after that, teams are going to find ways to lock up zones. It's just going to happen. But now it's going to be a lot more random because you are pulling the trigger and you don't know what's going to come out. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But if everybody's playing under the same rules, it is what it is.
Well, I'm just here so Alex doesn't find me.
I like that a lot. I started playing paintball without coaching. I've played paintball through the coaching, seen both sides of it, and I really like that they're taking that away, especially since I play on the Doritos side, and I don't even have the luxury of a person standing right by me to coach, so that's going to open up moves for me personally.
I love it. I think it's going to be great for the game. I think the fans can still get involved, cheer and do all that stuff, but I think not having that sixth person on the field pretty much coaching the guys on the snake and everything like that, I think that's going to be huge because the true player moves are going to be coming out, and you'll be able to see that.
No coaching, I think, is going to be awesome. Half the time, it's really hard to hear the coaching anyways, and you got a bunch of people screaming at you. I personally always liked it without coaching, so I think it's going to bring back the best part of the game, being sneaky and getting down the snake for me, and making those good moves down the field.
I personally like it. When I started playing paintball, there was no coaching, so I think it's going to enable players to maybe be more creative, so I think that's going to help the game.
So I play the Doritos side, and I noticed when I get up to the Doritos quickly, you can catch a guy sleeping in the snake over the top or shooting inside. I like that.
I'm for it. I've always liked the excitement of back in the day when you can make a great move, a player making a good move on his own, and then surprising everything. They can turn the game quick.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be everybody's going to be on the same playing level, and I think the most creative team is going to prevail, and I think that's going to be us.
The layouts released before the event, I think that's also pretty cool. It's definitely going to be different. It's just gonna, it's gonna go down to, working with your team and coming up with good game plans on the spot. And, I feel like a lot of the new changes this year are gonna benefit the better teams. And, most of the time the better teams are gonna win this year.
I also think that's awesome. Back in the day, that was like one of the most fun parts of paintball is you didn't really know what was gonna happen. It's like, okay, we're both playing it for the first time and you're learning as you go. I think that's a skill that is, it's valuable. I think a lot of the newer kids and stuff, like I grew up with that, learning how to walk fields and learning how to play paintball on the fly and learning. And I think that's a lot of that's taken away now with the repetitiveness of just playing the layout 100 times before each event, But in reality, you're not actually learning how to play paintball. You're learning how to play these 3 bunkers you're going to play in the tournament. So I'm excited. I think it'll breed I think it'll make a lot of smarter paintball players. So I'm excited.
Or at least the late release of the layouts, I think, I think that is going to allow us to go back to what made X Factor good, and that's a lot of drills and being good behind our guns, and we don't have a field layout to worry about. And I think it's going to allow us to play our aggressive game, and people won't have 3 weeks to figure out how to slow us down. So I think we're gonna dominate people this year because of that.
I'm not a real big fan of that either, because to be honest, I'm coming out here 3 weekends before every event to practice with the team, and now we're doing more drills and playing on layouts that we don't know. I really like practicing a layout that we know is the tournament layout.
I'm not totally for that. I understand what the league's trying to do, but I think it's really good for teams that are invested, owners that are invested in players, to be able to at least have it maybe 1 weekend before. Because I really think that you invest in players to do these things and then not be able to practice the field layout and take your best option to the events. I think it's not good for the owners somewhat. They might see it a little different. I think some of those guys might see it, well, it's less paint, we don't practice as much. But I really truly believe, I think it's good to, when you invest in 10, 12 guys and not practice it and then go to the event and play with 5, it's not a good thing.
Nah.
Yeah, it's great having Carl on the team. He's definitely been a fast, aggressive player, and I know we talked about picking him up a lot over the off season, and we finally made it happen. So looking forward to playing with him on the snake side.
Frank thinks that Carl's a good addition. That's it.
I won my first pro event with Carl on Excessive 2000, was that 7 or 8? With in Chicago. So I'm happy to have him. He's a great player and he's fast as fuck.
No, I'm excied to have Carl. He's a really dynamic player. He adds a ton of speed to our team. We need guys on the team like Carl that's going to push all of us to be better players. And so, like, anytime you pick up a player like Carl, it makes everyone increase their level. So I'm excited for this year. Excited to bring him on.
I like Carl. Everybody knows him for his speed, but he also has good gun skills. And since we're doing more drills now, that's going to help the team.
I think Carl's a great player. We've been looking at him for years, and he played on the team briefly a long time ago when I was playing on Dynasty. The kid's awesome. He's crazy fast, really, dynamic player. We're going to be able to do a lot with him. So I'm excited to have him on the squad.
Oh, I think Carl's a big plus. I think he's going to add a lot of speed. We can use him on both sides of the field. And I think he needs to be in a position where he can have a lot more success. And that brings more success for the team. I think if he gets around certain people, certain types of players, and I think it'll up his game huge.
Carl, he's a little rough around the edges. I don't really like the way his face looks. He's always wearing that stupid hat all the time. But I'll get used to it. I got to live with it, I guess. He's just, the other guys like him, but I don't know. I think he's kind of a dick.
He's handsome.
I'm thankful.
Good. Good. What do you think about Carl joining the team?
She's slow.
We're good. Good.
I'm thankful.